The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop it for a loss of 4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. and they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Nothing the score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw is Rodgers. Steps away. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in his first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. Robert Tunyon, 59 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. We'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Winston's throw there taken in by Smith. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 3rd and goal, Winston. This is caught. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Here's Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz with the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Steps away to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Let's go! Let's go!
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here is a rip. What? Yeah, I just had to fix something. Just had to mute Cooler real quick.
Wow, you dick.
How? Literally how?
Touchdown! Touchdown!
New Orleans. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Lutz to try to add the PAT.
Well, that's it for me.
And that PAT
JV,
pushes the lead up to
what are you doing, bro?
now.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later.
Place it. Okay.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The drive will start at the 25-yard.
Yeah, that's what he said. Otherwise, it simulates his game.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Did he leave?
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab.
Like I was walking, but it was super slow.
Out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. On play action, now Rodgers rolling to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get...
No, it was on man.
That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they
I thought I could juke.
finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Should have just thrown it away.
Slant to Adams. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Nice.
It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers get a score closer. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. Rolling to his right. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiple to win the ball game. There's a great example right there.
I shank it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Callaway, the return man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
No, oh, I thought he completed it.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston.
Oh, I can win this game.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. And when I looked at, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective,
I know.
anytime you have your eyes back to
Why?
the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have
Celebrations, bro.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Probably get it on X there, but
yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
My goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
yeah.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston on the check down. He finds Kamara.
Hello?
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this one complete to Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston. Looking long for Thomas.
No way.
And this one is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
To the air again with Winston.
Oh, he missed the pass.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Winston. Forced out to his left. He gets this one.
Oh, please tell me that was 4th down. Oh, 4th and 8.
Fist to the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Winston.
Oh, he batted it down.
The linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Making some adjustments. Oh, shoot. Throw the ball.
This one is down he goes. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Tremendous read and reaction by
Surprised it didn't fumble. Surprised it didn't fumble.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Well, you know where not to go. Yeah.
Rodgers gonna throw. Dancing to his left. Left side, it's complete. And they're gonna get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
All right, this is a game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few?
What is that throw?
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Don't know yet. I have to go for the 2 both times and get it.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. And this one is broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not
I have to.
hold on to.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my
No, I'm going to go for it.
eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
It's over.
Here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Following the interception, Winston. That is caught by Callaway. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Winston. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
What are you doing?
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
Oh my gosh.
This time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter. But the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Jameis to throw it. Smith catches left side.
He went out of bounds.
Only a yard.
He went out of the end zone.
Bounce when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play
Mhm.
in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
I couldn't because JV has numbers in his name.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Buying time to his left.
Run towards him. I can't switch players fast enough.
For the Saints touchdown.
Now it's over.
Winston, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
Does that count? No.
Like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something.
Sometimes they count it even though they're out of bounds.
Yeah.
As they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Steps away to his left. And this is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
I accidentally changed his route.
Out here by the Saints.
Oh, whatever.
Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches...
Is he playing Trump?
Almost no matter the situation.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up.
I know, right? He be talking so much trash.